Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual fulfillment, only to find yourself stumbling upon obstacles that hinder your progress? The journey towards spiritual enlightenment is not always straightforward. Often we encounter distractions and temptations that lead us away from our true path. In this passage, we will explore 9 anti-spiritual things that you must avoid in order to stay aligned with your spiritual journey. Materialism over spirituality is a common pitfall in today's society, where the pursuit of material wealth and possessions often takes precedence over the development of our spiritual selves. While material comforts can bring temporary happiness, true fulfillment comes from nurturing our inner being. When we prioritize materialism, we tend to neglect the deeper aspects of life that bring lasting joy and peace. This can lead to a sense of emptiness and dissatisfaction, as we constantly strive for more without ever feeling truly satisfied. On the other hand, embracing spirituality allows us to find meaning and purpose beyond material possessions. It teaches us to appreciate the simple joys of life and to cultivate a sense of gratitude for what we have. By focusing on our spiritual growth, we can transcend the superficiality of materialism and find true fulfillment in our lives. Ego and pride can act as significant barriers on our spiritual journey, hindering our ability to connect with others and with our true selves. When we allow our ego to dominate our thoughts and actions, we create a false sense of self-importance that separates us from those around us. Pride can prevent us from acknowledging our faults and shortcomings, making it difficult to learn and grow spiritually. It can also lead to arrogance and a lack of empathy towards others, creating disharmony in our relationships. On the contrary, humility is essential for spiritual growth. By humbling ourselves, we open our hearts to compassion and understanding, allowing us to connect more deeply with others and with the divine. Humility enables us to acknowledge our imperfections and learn from our mistakes, fostering personal growth and spiritual development. By overcoming ego and pride, we can cultivate a sense of humility that brings us closer to our spiritual essence, enhancing our relationships and leading us towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Resentment festers within us, feeding on our bitterness and anger, while negativity clouds our perception, preventing us from seeing the beauty and goodness in the world around us. These emotions drain our energy and diminish our capacity for love and compassion, leaving us feeling isolated and disconnected from others. To overcome negativity and resentment, we must practice forgiveness and let go of the past. By releasing our grievances and choosing to focus on the present moment, we free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, allowing space for healing and growth. Cultivating gratitude and compassion can also help to counteract negativity, shifting our focus towards positivity and abundance. By embracing a mindset of gratitude and forgiveness, we can transform our lives and relationships, opening ourselves up to greater love, joy, and spiritual fulfillment. Attachment to outcomes can be a significant hindrance on our spiritual journey, as it often leads to disappointment, frustration, and a sense of failure. When we become overly attached to specific outcomes, we set ourselves up for disappointment if things do not go as planned. This attachment can also lead to anxiety and stress, as we constantly worry about whether or not our desired outcome will be achieved. Spiritual wisdom teaches us to trust in the journey and be open to whatever unfolds. Instead of focusing on a specific outcome, we are encouraged to focus on the present moment and the lessons it has to offer. By letting go of our attachment to outcomes, we free ourselves from the burden of expectations and allow space for new possibilities to emerge. Practicing detachment from outcomes does not mean giving up on our goals or ambitions. Rather, it means letting go of our attachment to a specific outcome and trusting that whatever unfolds is for our highest good. By embracing this mindset, we can find peace and contentment in the present moment, knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be on our spiritual journey. judgment and criticism are detrimental to our spiritual growth, as they create barriers to empathy, compassion, and understanding. When we judge others, we are often projecting our own insecurities and biases onto them, rather than seeing them as they truly are. This can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts, damaging our relationships and hindering our spiritual development. Fear and anxiety are common experiences that can hinder our spiritual growth and inner peace. When we allow fear and anxiety to control our thoughts and actions, we limit our ability to fully experience life and connect with our true selves. Fear often stems from a lack of trust in ourselves and in the universe. We may fear the unknown, the opinions of others, or the possibility of failure. This fear can paralyze us, preventing us from taking risks and embracing new opportunities for growth. Anxiety, on the other hand, is often a result of excessive worrying about the future. We may become anxious about things that are beyond our control, such as the outcome of a situation or the well-being of our loved ones. This anxiety can consume us, causing stress and impacting our mental and physical health. To overcome fear and anxiety, we must learn to trust in ourselves and in the universe. We can cultivate this trust through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection. By staying present in the moment and letting go of our attachment to the future, we can find peace and contentment in the present moment. In today's fast-paced world, distractions and overstimulation can be major obstacles on our spiritual journey. Constant exposure to technology, media, and information overload can prevent us from connecting with our inner selves and experiencing true peace and mindfulness. When we are constantly distracted, our minds are unable to rest and our thoughts become scattered. This can lead to feelings of overwhelm and a sense of disconnection from ourselves and the world around us. Overstimulation can also make it difficult to focus on what truly matters, causing us to prioritize superficial pleasures over deeper, more meaningful experiences. To combat distractions and overstimulation, it is important to cultivate mindfulness and presence in our daily lives. This can be achieved through practices such as meditation, yoga, and spending time in nature. By intentionally setting aside time to disconnect from technology and external distractions, we can create space for inner reflection and spiritual growth. By finding balance and moderation in our consumption of media and technology, we can create a more peaceful and fulfilling life, allowing us to connect more deeply with ourselves and the world around us. Neglecting self-care can have detrimental effects on our spiritual well-being. When we fail to prioritize our physical, mental, and emotional health, we diminish our capacity for spiritual growth and inner peace. Self-care is not just about pampering ourselves. It is about nourishing our bodies, minds, and souls. It involves setting boundaries, practicing self-compassion, and engaging in activities that replenish our energy and uplift our spirits. When we neglect self-care, we often experience increased stress, anxiety, and burnout. This can make it difficult to maintain a positive outlook and stay connected to our spiritual selves. Additionally, neglecting self-care can lead to feelings of resentment and dissatisfaction, as we may feel overwhelmed by the demands of daily life. To prioritize self-care, we must make a conscious effort to listen to our bodies and minds and honor our needs. This may involve setting aside time for relaxation, engaging in activities that bring us joy, and seeking support from others when needed. By prioritizing self-care, we can nurture our spiritual growth and cultivate a deeper sense of well-being and fulfillment. The lack of gratitude can create a significant barrier to our spiritual growth and overall well-being. When we fail to acknowledge and appreciate the blessings in our lives, we diminish our capacity for joy and contentment. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can transform our lives. By focusing on the positive aspects of our lives and expressing gratitude for them, we shift our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift in mindset allows us to attract more positivity into our lives, leading to greater happiness and fulfillment. When we lack gratitude, we may fall into a pattern of negativity and dissatisfaction. We may become resentful towards others who we perceive as having more than us, or we may constantly strive for more without ever feeling truly satisfied. To cultivate gratitude in our lives, we can practice mindfulness and reflection. Taking time each day to think about the things we are grateful for can help us cultivate a more positive outlook and deepen our spiritual connection. By acknowledging and appreciating the blessings in our lives, we can experience greater peace, joy, and fulfillment.